You ever have one of those moments, and I mean one of those moments, where somebody just decides out of nowhere that they got a problem with you? Like you didn't say anything. You didn't do anything. You were just existing. Just walking. Just minding your own damn business. And somebody who doesn't even know you decides to make it personal. That's what happened to me at the airport. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. It's just some lady at an airport. Let it go. Nah, homie. Not that day. Because sometimes, you gotta show people exactly what they signed up for when they decided to step to the wrong one. And trust me, she found out. Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to American Sleep Tales, the only place on the internet where justice actually hits different. Revenge is always served ice cold, and the satisfaction is absolutely unmatched. If you are new here, first of all, welcome to the family. Fam, hit that subscribe button right now because I drop 2 fresh stories every single day. Yeah, you heard that right too, and you do not want to miss a single one. And if you've been rocking with me, y'all already know what time it is. Buckle up, get comfortable, because this one's gonna make you want to stand up and clap. Let's get into it. Alright, so let me paint the picture for y'all. It's a regular travel day. Nothing special. No drama, at least not yet. I'm at the airport, coming off a flight, and I got a layover. Now, here's the thing about layovers. Most of the time they're chill, you got time to grab a coffee, maybe scroll your phone, sit down for a minute. But this was not one of those layovers. This was a 10-minute layover. 10 minutes. And my connecting flight? On the complete opposite side of the terminal. Now, for most people, that's a stress-inducing nightmare. For most people, that's the kind of thing that makes your palms sweat and your heart race and your brain start doing all kinds of panicked math like, okay, if I run walk for 6 minutes and the gate hasn't started boarding yet, then maybe I can make it. But here's the thing about me that you gotta understand before the story makes full sense. I am a fast walker. Like, genuinely, legitimately, not just saying it fast. We're talking I have left grown men in the dust at full stride. We're talking I have had people at malls, airports, grocery stores, literally jogging just to keep up with me while I'm doing what I consider a casual, comfortable pace. We're talking I move through crowds like water through cracks, smooth, efficient, unstoppable. It's not something I trained for. It's not something I think about. It's just who I am. My natural walking speed is other people's I'm gonna be late speed. It's a gift. I don't question it. I just use it. So when I stepped off that plane and realized I had 10 minutes to get across the terminal, I was not stressed. I was not panicked. I was locked in. I took one breath, adjusted the strap on my carry-on, and I started moving. Now, when you deplane, it's always the same little bottleneck situation, right? Everybody's shuffling off, grabbing their bags from the overhead, doing that awkward, slow shuffle down the aisle. But the second I hit the jet bridge, I was already shifting gears. I came out into the terminal, and I immediately clocked the vibe. It was busy, not insane, but busy. Enough people that you had to be intentional about your path. Enough foot traffic that a slower person might have gotten frustrated and slowed down even more. But not me. I found my lane. I started moving. And within maybe 30 seconds, I had already overtaken a solid chunk of the people who'd gotten off the same flight as me, including this one older woman and her husband. Now, I want to be real clear about something before I go any further, because context matters here. I'm not someone who's disrespectful to older people. I'm not someone who's trying to be rude or dismissive or act like I'm better than anyone. That's not my character. I walk fast because I walk fast, not to show off, not to make a statement, not to be disrespectful to anyone. I just overtook them the same way I overtook everyone else. Smooth. Clean. Natural. I probably didn't even make eye contact. I was locked on the gate number in my head, running the math, staying in my lane. Overtook them. Moved on. No big deal. Or at least, that's what I thought. Here's where things start getting weird. I'm maybe 20 steps past them, still moving at my pace, when I feel it. You know that feeling? That subtle shift in the air around you, when someone's speeding up near you? When you suddenly sense a presence at your side that wasn't there a second ago. I glanced, just a quick side eye, nothing dramatic, and there she was. The woman. The older lady I'd just passed. She had sped up. Noticeably. And not in a, oh, I realized I'm running late kind of way. No, no, no. This was deliberate. This was intentional. She was pulling up right alongside me, and then, I kid you not, she cut right in front of me, like, stepped into my lane, and then slowed back down to her original pace. I blinked. I actually blinked because I wasn't sure I'd just seen what I thought I saw. I mean, what? What just happened? Did this woman, this complete stranger who I have never seen before in my life, who I have no beef with, who I've never spoken a single word to, did she just deliberately cut in front of me? In the middle of an airport terminal? For no reason? I looked around like, am I on TV right now? Is somebody filming this? Because it was so random, so unprompted, so genuinely bizarre that it didn't fully register as real at first. But it was real. Oh, it was very real. And here's the part that really got under my skin. And I mean really got under my skin, not in a I'm furious way, but in that deeply confusing, almost philosophical way where you find yourself asking, why though? She wasn't in any visible hurry. Before I'd passed her, totally casual pace. Her and her husband, walking comfortably, no urgency, no stress. But the second I went around her, suddenly she had somewhere to be. Suddenly she needed to be in front. I'm walking at almost a jog, and this woman was perfectly chill until I passed her. And then, and only then, she decided she needed to be ahead. Think about that for a second. Really think about it. She didn't want to go faster. She wanted to go faster than me. Specifically, it wasn't about the destination. It was about the position. It was about being in front of me, a stranger, in an airport. Now listen, I'm a reasonable human being. I truly am. And my first instinct was to just let it go. Like, yeah, okay, that was weird and low-key annoying, but it's an airport, people are stressed, maybe she's having a rough day, maybe she just didn't realize what she did, whatever. I can be the bigger person. I can just walk around her again and move on with my life. So that's what I did. I picked up my pace slightly, just slightly, and I went around her. Cleanly, politely even. No attitude, no eye contact, no dramatics. Just moved back into the lead and kept it moving. Normal, rational. The end, right? Wrong. Because this woman cut in front of me again. Same move, same energy, same complete audacity. She sped up, pulled alongside me, stepped right into my path, and put herself back in front. I stopped walking for like half a second. I physically paused for a fraction of a moment because my brain needed a second to process what was happening. This was not an accident. This was not a coincidence. This was not a misunderstanding or a senior moment or somebody not paying attention to their surroundings. This woman was competing with me, a stranger, in an airport, with a 10-minute layover. She had decided, consciously, deliberately, with full intent, that she was going to be in front of me. That she was not going to let me pass her. That whatever this little unspoken race was, she was going to win it. And something happened inside me in that moment. Something shifted. You know how there's that thing where you've been calm and patient and you've given someone every opportunity to just be a normal person, and then they cross a line, and you feel this very quiet, very clear, very cold sense of like, okay? Not angry, not yelling, not huffing and puffing. Just okay. Okay. So that's how you want to do this. The gloves were off. Now here's the thing, I want to be honest about something because I think this is actually the part of the story that makes it so funny in hindsight. Neither of us acknowledged what was happening. At all. Officially, we were both just walking. Just two strangers moving through an airport terminal at a brisk pace. Nothing to see here. No eye contact, no words, no dramatic head turns. We were playing this completely, absurdly straight-faced. But unofficially, oh, it was on. It was fully, completely, 100% on. This was a war. A silent, petty, glorious, deeply unnecessary war. And I was going to win it. I kicked it up a gear. And I felt her kick it up a gear. And I want to take a moment here to just really appreciate how unhinged this situation was, because I think sometimes in the heat of the moment you don't fully see how funny something is until you zoom out. Here we are, me, A person with an actual time-sensitive flight to catch, and this woman who apparently had decided that today was the day she was going to outpace a fast walker in an airport, and we are racing, silently, officially playing dumb. Both of us with our eyes fixed forward, both of us pretending we're just casually moving through the terminal, both of us absolutely hauling. I started smiling, like, I couldn't help it. A grin just crept up on my face because the absurdity of it hit me, and also because I already knew. I could feel the outcome before it happened the way you feel when you're playing a game, and you realize you've already won. There was just no universe, no possible timeline in which this woman was going to beat me. She was about to find out what fast actually looks like. I turned it up. Not jogging, not running. Still technically walking, but barely. The kind of power walk that makes your arms pump and your stride open up and your carry-on will starts rattling like it's about to take flight. The kind of speed that parts crowds. The kind of speed that makes other travelers glance over because they can feel the air displacement as you go by. And I could see her speeding up too. I want you to picture this. Really picture it. This older woman who started this whole thing, who cut in front of me twice without a word or a reason, who decided to take on a stranger in the world's most unnecessary and unannounced airport race. She was now essentially speedwalking like her life depended on it. But it didn't matter, because for every gear she had, I had two more. I surged forward. Clean. Efficient. Powerful. I left her behind. And I didn't just barely pass her. I didn't squeak past with a hair's breadth of space. I created distance. Real, visible, undeniable distance. The kind of distance that sends a message. The kind of distance that says, yeah, this was never a competition. I could feel her falling behind, without even looking back. The terminal ahead of me was opening up. I could see the gate signs. I was almost there. And then I did something. And look, I'm not going to pretend this wasn't petty, because it absolutely was, and I absolutely do not regret it. Right before I rounded the final stretch toward my gate, I sped up one more time. Not because I needed to. I had enough runway. I had time. I sped up because I wanted her to see it. I wanted her to watch the gap grow. I wanted the last image she had of this race to be me pulling further and further away, completely untouchable, not even breathing hard. I wanted her to know she lost. I wanted her to feel it. I hit that gate like I owned it, walked up, scanned my boarding pass, and stepped onto that plane with time to spare. I stowed my carry-on in a nice, convenient overhead spot near my seat. Thank you very much, sat down, took a breath, and I felt this wave of something wash over me. I don't know what to call it exactly. Satisfaction? Vindication? The deeply specific joy that comes from winning a competition that the other person started, but severely underestimated you in? All of the above, probably. I settled into my seat, buckled in, and I waited, because I wanted to see it. And eventually she came on. The plane was full by the time she boarded. And I mean full. Every overhead bin packed. People settled in. The whole cabin doing that quiet waiting thing. And she came down the aisle, and I watched, just with my peripherals still playing it cool, still officially acting like none of this had happened. And she was looking for overhead space. And there wasn't any. Not near her seat, anyway. She had to go hunting. Had to check bins further up, further back. That whole awkward shuffle where you're trying to find somewhere, anywhere, to put your bag and people are already seated and the flight attendants are doing their thing, and it's just not comfortable. And look, I'm not gonna sit here and say I was laughing out loud. I kept it together. I kept my face completely neutral. But inside I was absolutely deceased. I was done. I was gone. I was so far gone. Because she did that to herself. She started this. She made this a thing. She decided, for absolutely no logical reason, that she needed to be in front of me. And what did she get for it? A full overhead bin and a lesson in consequences. Maybe next time she'd just let the fast walker walk fast. Maybe. Probably not, though. Here's what I keep coming back to when I think about this story. It wasn't about winning, not really. Yeah, I won. Obviously. There was never any doubt. But that's not the part that stuck with me. The part that stuck with me was the principle of it. Because here's the thing, I was never rude to her. I never said a word. I never made a face, never gestured, never did anything other than walk fast, which is just what I do. I was just existing in my lane, doing my thing, not bothering a soul. And she decided, for reasons known only to her, that she had a problem with that. She decided that me moving faster than her was some kind of offense, some kind of challenge, some kind of disrespect. And instead of just letting it go, instead of just continuing to walk at her own comfortable pace and not make it weird, she made it a competition. She invited conflict that didn't need to exist. And when you do that, when you drag somebody into a battle they weren't even looking for, you better come correct. You better actually be prepared to compete. Because the most dangerous person in any competition isn't the one who's trying the hardest. It's the one who isn't even breaking a sweat. I was smiling the entire time, the whole race, because I wasn't stressed. I wasn't straining. I wasn't digging deep and giving everything I had. I was just walking, doing what I always do, effortlessly pulling away from someone who thought they had a shot. That's not arrogance. That's just the reality of what happens when you pick the wrong opponent. She looked at me and saw someone she could beat. She was wrong. And the overhead bin situation? That was just karma with a carry-on. You know, people always say, pick your battles. And that's solid advice, most of the time. But every now and then somebody picks a battle with you, unprovoked, unannounced, and they expect you to just fold. They expect you to slow down, step aside, let them have whatever little win they're chasing. And sometimes, just sometimes, the best response is to show them exactly what they signed up for. Not with anger, not with drama, not with a single word. Just by being exactly who you are, at full speed, without apology. She wanted to race, so we raced. And some lessons you just gotta learn the hard way. At 30,000 feet. Yo, if this story just made you want to stand up and clap, because honestly, same, smash that like button right now. Fam, smash it like she smashed her chances of getting a good overhead bin spot. Face with tears of joy. Drop a comment down below and tell me, what is the pettiest, most satisfying, most completely unhinged thing you've ever done when someone tested you? I want all the details. I want the full story. Don't hold back. And listen, if you are not yet subscribed to American Sleep Tales, what are you even doing with your life right now? I drop 2 brand new stories every single day. Yeah, every day, no days off, no breaks, just straight heat. So hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a drop. We out here serving justice one story at a time. And remember, stay petty, stay unbothered, and never, ever challenge a fast walker at the airport. Peace, victory, and